Shalom, 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 which is to say, peace, salutation, all praises to the Most High, Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, which is to say, in the Paleo Hebrew, Yahweh, which is the name of our Heavenly Father, meaning He is, Bahashem, meaning in the name, Yahweh Shai, meaning He is our salvation, and that is to the so-called blacks, Latinos, and Native Americans here in the Western Hemisphere, and to the rest scattered abroad throughout the four corners of the earth who look like the other nations, but through the patrilineal lineage go back to the Hebrew Israelites, all right? And I want to go into a story that's going on that some may know, but it's not making, its way around the news, not yet at least, but it happened back in December. A man that goes by the name of Robert Brooks, he was handcuffed and beaten unalive by 14 individuals, okay? He was handcuffed and beaten unalive, all right? Now, he is an innocent by any metrics, okay? He was alleged, booked on, I believe it was second degree attempt murder for attempting to stab his girlfriend in the chest and in the hands and in the torso, okay? So I guess in the process of transferring him to another jail cell or another correction, these correctional officers, they took they stab at him, man. Okay, they beat him unalive. All right. Now we know this is all according to judgment, because nobody gets away with anything. Okay, because this is all judgment. But the point is, Esau went overboard, man. Okay, Esau went overboard, and guess what? He got to pay for it, man. All right, he got to pay for it. Although the Most High uses him for a whooping stick for us, Esau, Edom, doesn't get away with his behavior, all right? He's going to get what? His just dessert, man, all right? You beat a man unalive, 14 of you, while he's handcuffed in your presence, okay? So we understand that was judgment being brought forth by Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai on all parties, man. All right, because who knows why that girl or his girlfriend was stabbed, man. All right, you don't know. She could have probably been accused, or he probably knew that she was cheating with him, cheating on him with someone else. All right, that's why we tell Jake, this is not your resting place. All right, and she was, I believe, a Hispanic. All right, her name was Diana Riviera. Okay. And this guy, 43-year-old Robert Brooks, is a so-called black man, all right? So we understand that this is not our resting place. The women here, for the most part, is our enemies, man, okay? They have no accountability here in Babylon the Great. So you can't expect your woman to be faithful, all right? And Jake, he just got to know how to control his temper, man. All right? Because the women here, whether it's your mother, whether it's your sister, whether it's your girlfriend, which really you're not supposed to have, but your wife or your daughters, the women here, they just out of control. They're unruly, man. All right? But the good thing about it is this is the last time that they're going to be like this, okay? When we get the kingdom, they're never going to have this type of mentality ever again. Because why? They're going to have that new covenant in them, okay? They're not going to go off because right now they're under the curses, all right? It says she under Deuteronomy 28, it said she shall have an evil eye towards her husband, man. So we understand it's all part of the curses, man, all right? And call her law Yahweh Bahashim Mashiach Yahweh Shai, that this is the last time, man. Okay? All praises to the Most High. Yahweh, in the name of the anointed Yahweh Shai. This is the last time, man, that we got to deal with this, okay? Because after this, we got the kingdom. And then the curses are going to be taken off of us and put onto the other nations, all right? They're going to have to deal with it, okay? And that's where we come into effect, come into play. We're going to put them in hardcore bondage, slavery for those 1,000 years so that they can get the law, statutes, and commandments beat into them, man. Okay? There will be no excuse after those 1,000 years that they didn't know, because these judgments are going to come back, okay? Under this man's rulership right now, Esau, Edom, the so-called white man, the last heathen to rule, we're under grace and mercy. That's why you don't see judgment, so blatant, okay? Because if a woman was to get caught cheating, if you had a woman and she was to get caught cheating on you with another man, she would be put to death and that man would be put to death, all right? But under mercy, under grace, it's not so, okay? Okay, but in the kingdom, that's going to be put back into effect, the judgments of infidelity. A woman that steps out on her husband and cheat on him, she's going to be put to death, and that man's going to be put to death. Now, this is talking about other nations, because the nation of Israel won't go off, okay? So we're going to judge other nations, all right? So back to the topic and subject at hand is Esau, Edom, excessiveness, okay? You see, it's a way you can beat someone, and then it's a way you can beat him all the way until you encourage him to pass out and be unalive. And this is what Esau, Edom did, man. 14 of them, okay? And they got to get their payback. They're going to get their payback, all right? So this is Observer Dispatch, and it says state names 14 correctional officials it looks to fire following inmate death at Marcy, which I believe is a prison institute in New York. It says on December 9th, 14 people were involved in the tragic death of Robert Brooks at Marcy Correctional Facility. Their names are now becoming known across the nation after the body camera footage was released showing how Brooks was unalive. Right. And they got it all. And these Edomites, they filming the whole thing. They don't know that their body cameras are on. So you see the whole thing. The man get whooped, beat, all while being handcuffed, okay? And it's all being recorded, man. They're just going about their day like it's nothing. Here it is, they beating him and the nurse watching it, okay? The arrogance of these proud Edomites, man. All right? And don't be surprised if they try to make a big scene out of this to get, racial tension started up amongst, the Babylons here in Babylon the Great, okay? Like I said, I haven't been made aware of this story, but, just through scrolling through YouTube, I seen a video that led to this, so I looked into it a little bit, okay? So this guy, this 43-year-old man, he was unalive, okay, by 14 or 13 correctional officers and one nurse who witnessed it, all right? So it says their names are now becoming known across the nation after body camera footage, which they didn't know that was cut on while they was performing this deed. It says was released showing how Brooks died, right? And they got it where you can see it, man. The whole, I think it's like 20-something minutes, 30-something minutes. This man took that beating for it. It says the 14 people involved are as follows, according to the state officials. And this is all the people that were involved. Sergeant Michael Mashaw, Sergeant Glenn Trumbley, Correctional Officer Matthew Gallagher, You see it. You got all the correctional officers, and then at the bottom it says Nurse Kyle Deshaw. So it looks like she made. No, I was gonna say Mushaw, but it's Deshaw. Deshaw not. All right. So it says of the 14 people, 13 have been suspended without pay, and the termination process has begun for them. Of the 14, Farina resigned before suspension and termination. This was all based on the evidence gathered in the ongoing investigation by the New York State Office of the Attorney General and DOCCS, Office of Special Investigations. So they all been found, I guess, guilty, so they been let go, man. It says the action is in the best interest of the agency and the communities we serve. I denounce their actions in the strongest terms. Department of Correction and Community Supervision Commissioner Daniel Martuscello III said, "This is no place for brutality in our department, and we will vigorously pursue justice against the individuals who committed this senseless act. These investigations are ongoing and additional suspensions may be issued." You see? So they just get a slap on the hand. Here it is. They took this man's life, okay? Beat him senseless. Had him handcuffed. Didn't even give him a fair fight, man. Okay? It's already 14 of you. I mean, why don't you just undo the handcuffs and let him, and make it look like he was coming at you, so you can be justified. But no, your pride got in the way. You wanted to take it to the next level. You wanted to escalate it. You want to make sure you got his handcuffs, and then you want to beat him down. Okay? So you see, you show him no mercy, man. And no mercy is going to be shown to you. All right? Let's go there and get that in the scriptures. All right, this is the book of Isaiah, chapter 47 and verse 6. It reads, "I was wroth with my people. I have polluted my inheritance and given them into thy hand. Thou didst show them no mercy." Right. So because the Most High was mad with us, he gave us over to the hands of these heathens. Okay. And instead of these heathens, showing some type of mercy and compassion, they didn't. Okay? They went overboard. All right? Which is why these Edomites are the way they are, because they have a perpetual hatred towards us, man. Going back to when we was in the womb together. Okay? When we were in Rebecca's womb. Esau and Jacob, they were getting out. They were getting down in the womb, man. More than likely, Jacob was putting that thing to Esau, okay? Esau was ready to get up out of there. But before he got up out of there, Jacob grabbed onto his heel and said, "Wait a minute." All right? And then fast forward, here it is. We supplanted him, took his birthright, and he's been mad ever since, okay? He's been plotting for this day, man. Waiting for this. Okay, so it's innate, it's embedded in them to have that perpetual hatred. So they show us no mercy, man. Okay? They see a so-called black man, they antennas just raise up, man. It's just in their DNA. It's just in their spirit, man. Hatred towards us. Okay? It's a hatred amongst Esau and Jacob, man. All right? What does it say? Romans 9 and 13. "Jacob have I loved, but Esau have I hated," man. The Most High hates Esau, Edom, the so-called white man. All right? It says, "I was wroth with my people. I have polluted my inheritance and given them into thy hand. Thou didst show them no mercy. Upon the ancient hast thou very heavily laid thy yoke." Right. You see? We ain't getting no rest in this place, man. This is not our resting place. Micah 2:10. Jake got to figure it out, man. And the woman is part of the punishment, man. Okay? So you're gonna have to be able to understand that the woman in her mind in this kingdom is against you. Okay? She has no self-accountability. She believes she can do whatever she wants and she don't have to pay the consequences. She can step out on you and you're supposed to just accept it. Okay? This is what we got to deal with, man. Okay? So Jake probably, found out that she stepped out on her, couldn't control his temper, went and picked up an object and, allegedly started putting it to her. And hey, he was sentenced to serve 12 years. And he was supposed to be up for probation in 2026 in July. And they took care of that. They didn't allow that to come to pass. So it says Micah 2:10, arise ye and depart, for this is not your rest, because it is polluted, it shall destroy you, even with a sore destruction. All right, so we see that this place is not our rest, man. It's going to lay a heavy yoke on us, man, under this current rulership, under this cruel Lord, under Esau, Edom, the so-called white man. All right, and he's not going to show us any mercy. Okay. So if you, listen, if you ain't following the law, statute, commandments to the best of your ability, guess what? The Most High is going to allow this man to do so, man. Okay? Romans 13. Romans 13:3, for rulers are not a terror to good works, but to the evil. Wilt thou then not be afraid of the power? Do that which is good, and thou shalt have praise of the same. Verse 4, for he is the minister of the Most High, to thee for good. But if thou do that which is evil, be afraid, for he beareth not the sword in vain. For he is the minister of the Most High, a revenger to execute wrath upon him that doeth evil. You see? So like I said, Jake wasn't innocent by any metrics, man. But the level of, the way Esau went about bringing forth execution was senseless, man. 14 of you, and then you had him handcuffed, all right? You wouldn't even give him a straight up fade, you coward. You see? You could have at least took the handcuffs off and y'all could have all jumped him, man. But y'all didn't want to give him a straight up fade, as they say in the hood, man. Give me a straight up fade. Y'all didn't want to give him a straight up fade, man. Y'all wanted to keep him cuffed, man. All right? Showing you that they know Jake, man. Hey, Jake would have put it on him, man. Just like when Jacob's trouble pop off, man. Jake gonna be getting live on some of these Edomites, man. Okay? Jake is gonna be getting live on some of these Edomites, all right? It says, for he is the minister of the Most High to thee for good. But if thou do that which is evil, be afraid, for he beareth not the sword in vain. For he is the minister of the Most High, a revenger to execute wrath upon him that doeth evil, right? So the Most High, he sets up these officers to do good, They'll help you out, if you got somebody, like I said in another video, if you got somebody, you call 911, lurking around your house, you call them, they come out here, they do the search, somebody break into your house, they take a report, sometimes they find a perk, sometimes they don't, man. All right, then if you don't do good, you get pulled over, you get pulled over on a traffic stop, you don't got everything in order, they ain't gonna look to do and be so friendly with you, man. They gonna haul your ass off to jail if you driving with a suspended license or not up to date insurance and everything else. Hey, it's part of the law, man. Okay, but here it is. they took it overboard. They went excessive with it. They showed no mercy. So what does it say? No mercy shall be showed to them. Okay? What is that? James 2? This is the book of James. This is the book of James, chapter 2, verse 13. It reads, "For he shall have judgment without mercy, that have showed no mercy, and mercy rejoiceth against judgment." Right. So guess what? The same way they showed no mercy, they gonna receive no mercy. Okay? They took it overboard. Guess what? They gonna get their ass taken overboard. We gonna really put it to their ass, man. And the kingdom, just imagine. It's gonna be hell for their ass, man. Man, listen here, man. Things that you can't even say on YouTube because they censor it. But just know, they're gonna have a lot to pay in the kingdom, a lot to pay for in the kingdom, man. All right? We know Jake was off on this side, okay? But the senseless acts and showing no mercy, no compassion, even you show more compassion for a dog than you do a human. I mean, for a so-called Black, Latino, Native American, man. All right, so you got to get it, man. You other nations, you going to get it too, but really Esau, Edom, because they the wicked. All right? So it says, "For he shall have judgment without mercy, that have showed no mercy, and mercy rejoiceth against judgment." Right? So this man is going to get it, man. All right? Even in the ancient times, when a man would intentionally slay someone, they would have cities of refuge, okay? Where that man would go and run from the revenger of blood until the high priest can figure out whether or not he did it or not, all right? And then he would give him a sentence, okay? And depending on if it was an accident or not, he could return back to the city. And if it wasn't, he would have to go and stay in that city of refuge until the high priest passes away. Or if not, he come back into the city, the revenger of blood or otherwise next to kin could unalive him. Okay? Let's go there. Numbers 35 in verse 15. This is the book of Numbers, chapter 35. And let's start at verse 15. It says, "These 6 cities shall be a refuge before the children of Israel, and for the stranger and for the sojourner among them, that everyone that killeth any person unawares may flee thither. And if he smite him with an instrument of iron, so that he die, he is a murderer. The murderer shall surely be put to death." So if you hit somebody with a piece of iron, which is, you can compare that today to if you use a firearm and you hit somebody with it and a bullet come out and they be unalive because of that, it says he is a murderer. The murderer shall surely be put to death. 17, "And if he smite him with throwing a stone, wherewith he may die, and he die, he is a murderer. The murderer shall surely be put to death." Verse 18, "Or if he smite him with a hand weapon of wood, wherefore he may die, and he die, he is a murderer. The murderer shall surely be put to death." Verse 19, "The revenger of blood himself shall slay the murderer." Right, so the revenger of the blood of him that was murdered shall slay the murderer, okay? The revenger goes into kin or next to kin. Let's look that up. So if you had, let's say for instance, you had a brother or an uncle or whoever, and somebody murdered you, that next to kin would be allowed to murder that person that murdered you. Okay? Let's look up that word in the Hebrew. Revenger.
Strong's H 1350. Ga'al. Ga'al.
The word is Ga'al, and it says to redeem, act as kinsman, redeemer, avenge, redeemer, avenge, revenge, ransom, do the part of a kinsman, to act as kinsman, do the part of next of kin, act as kinsman, redeemer. Okay? So that revenger of blood next to kin, the act of kinsman, would be allowed to slay the murderer, the one that slayed you. Okay? So it says, verse 19, the revenger of blood himself shall slay the murderer. When he meeteth him, he shall slay him. Okay? Verse 20, but if he thrust him of hatred, or hurl at him by laying of weight, that he die, or in enmity smite him with his hand, that he die, he that smote him shall surely be put to death, for he is a murderer. The revenger of blood shall slay the murderer when he meeteth him. But if he thrusts him suddenly, without enmity, so this is if it happens, let's say by mistake. It wasn't out of spite. It wasn't out of enmity. But if he thrusts him suddenly without enmity, or have cast upon him anything without laying in wait. You see, the other incidents they were saying it was because that person was laying in wait. It was deliberately. Now this is if it happens by accident. It wasn't because you had some type of animosity towards that person, or it wasn't a malice act like you were sitting and waiting. You just may be out and about working on something, and somebody walk up under a plaque that you working on, and something fall and hit them on the head, and they, get unalive by that. Okay? It says, but if he thrusts him suddenly without enmity, or have cast upon him anything without laying of weight, or with any stone wherewith a man may die, seeing him not. You see? So you didn't see it. You just got hit by, you didn't see it. Okay? So the man cast the stone and you walk by and it just so happened to hit you and you got, unalive. By not seeing it, it says, and cast it upon him that he die, and was not his enemy. Verse 23, neither sought his harm. Verse 24, the congregation shall judge between the slayer and the revenger of blood according to these judgments. Okay? So the congregation will observe the matter and they will make a judgment. But what's going to happen until then? It says, then the congregation shall judge between the slayer and the revenger of blood according to these judgments. And the congregation shall deliver the slayer out of the hand of the revenger of blood. Right? So the congregation is going to deliver the slayer, the one that, slayed the person, out of the hand of the revenger, the next of kin, the one that's acting as the kin of blood. They're going to deliver him out of his hand. It says, and the congregation shall deliver the slayer out of the hand of the revenger of blood, and the congregation shall restore him to the city of his refuge. Right? So they're going to tell him to go to the city of your refuge. Okay? To what? Avoid from having that revenger of blood trying to get a hold to you until we can, resolve the matter. It says, but let me see where we was at. 25, and the congregation shall deliver the slayer out of the hand of the revenger of blood, and the congregation shall restore him to the city of his refuge, whither he was fled, and he shall abide in it until the death of the high priest. So he would have to stay there until the death of the high priest, okay? Allowing the time to blow over, man. It says, which was anointed with holy oil. Verse 26, but if the slayer shall at any time come without the border of the city of his refuge, whether he was fled, it says what? And the revenger of blood find him without the borders of the city of his refuge, and the revenger of blood kill the slayer, he shall not be guilty of blood. Right? So if that slayer come out from within that border of city of refuge, and the revenger of blood find him and slay him, then the revenger of blood shall not be held accountable for that. Because that slayer should have never came out from amongst that city of refuge. Okay? Which is kind of loosely what the jail system is based on, because you're supposed to be held there until you're proven innocent. And then if you're proven innocent, you're supposed to be then let back into the general population. But that jail system is so, the system, Esau Edom screwed up everything. I can't even say he tried to keep the judgments, because he doesn't, man. It's all for his beneficial, okay? He puts people in jail so that he can get free labor out of them, okay? He loosely tries to base his society on what the Bible says, but he doesn't. He goes completely off, man. Here it is, the jail is supposed to be like a city of refuge where you go there and then you see whether or not, you get tried in a court of justice, whether or not you're found guilty or not. And if you're not, you get released back into the population. And if you are, you stay there. But Esau Edom's so wicked, man. He uses the jail to his own, benefit. Free labor. Man, this man is so damn wicked, man. You can't even really discuss all the things that he do for the fact that YouTube is censoring you, man. All right? But he allows a lot of shit to go on in those jail cells, man. All right? A lot. Okay? And a lot of innocent people have come or succumbed to the, pressure of being in there with, as they say, slayers, man. Okay? So it says, verse 26, but if the slayer shall at any time come without the border of the city of his refuge, whether he was fled, and the revenger of blood find him without the borders of the city of his refuge, and the revenger of blood kill the slayer, he shall not be guilty of blood, right? Because he was told not to come out of the city of refuge, man, until the high priest dies. Verse 28, because he should have remained in the city of his refuge until the death of the high priest. But after the death of the high priest, the slayer shall return into the land of his possession. You see? But here in this system, man, this court system is so damn effed up, man. And they swear they tell you to put your hand on the Bible and swear to God or swear to the Bible. They have no idea and no recollection on what the Bible even entails, man. You see? It says, what have thou to do to keep my commandments, seeing that thou hatest reproof, man? Here it is, you got this damn man trying to keep the commandments and the judgments that's written in this Bible, and they doing it ass backwards, man. Okay? Man, they just lump the slayers in, those that are being found guilty of heinous acts with those that haven't been found guilty. All in one lump sum, man. Okay? All for the benefit of their wallets getting fat. Free labor. and it's all tied into insurance companies and this whole system is wicked, man. That's why it's got to get taken out of, man. Because here it is, you can have this man who, in the ancient world, if his woman was accused of cheating on him with another man, her and that man would be put to death. And we're going to get that, man. Okay? And he wouldn't be, he would, let me just say, he would be well within his rights for doing that. All right? He would be well within his rights for doing that. And it's going to go back to that in the kingdom, man. These other nations, they're going to learn this, okay? We're going to beat all this shit that they learned here under Babylon the Great, Esau, Edom. We're going to beat it up out of them, man. Okay? That's what that 1,000 years of slavery is going to do. It's going to embed the laws, statutes, commandments within them to the best of their ability. And judgments are going to be acted out. So if you got a man, when we get back in rulership in the kingdom from another nation, if you got a man and his wife steps out on him, he's going to be well within his rights to stone her or however he sees to put her away, and that man as well. Okay? It ain't going to be, let me get a divorce. No. If she step out on you and cheat with another man, both of y'all gonna be put to death, man. You see, right now we under grace and mercy, man. All right, the law isn't done away with. Okay, the law will be fully implemented in the kingdom. The judgments that's going along with the laws as well, man. And we're gonna get that in Leviticus. So back here it says Numbers 35 and 28, because he should have remained in the city of his refuge until the death of the high priest. But after the death of the high priest, the slayer shall return into the land of his possession. Verse 29. So these things shall be for a statute of judgment until you throughout all your generations in all your dwellings. Okay? We're gonna be ruling in complete righteousness, man. This shit that we seeing right now, this isn't righteous rulership. This is wicked rulership, man. Okay? These judges, they all in it to fatten their wallets, man. And they just use the Bible as an scapegoat so that they can seem righteous in front of the, court of public opinion. Yeah, we a righteous country. We judge by the Bible. We go by the Bible. You come to court, you put your hand on the Bible. And they don't know anything about the Bible, man. You see? Just pump faking. Acting like they know, but they don't, man. And you put your hand on the Bible and swear to tell the truth, the whole truth, nothing but the truth, so help you God. They gotta, they gonna have to eventually stop saying that. Because it's going to come a time when somebody say, well, what God are you talking about? And they're going to look lost. They're going to look lost, man. What God? They may try to be slick and say, the God of Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob. Well, what's his name? Yahweh. No, I don't. Jehovah. No, I don't. They're going to say every other one except for Yahweh. You see? Because they know. They know as soon as they say that, that's a wrap for them, man. That's a wrap. Because then that opens up more of the Bible that they're going to see, well, now he knows. Okay? And they're going to know that their system is being ran on lies, man. Okay? Their system is being ran on lies. It's being ran on deceivableness, deception. They give you the illusion that they live by the Bible, okay? But if they can't tell you the names, that lets you know who they actually worshiping, man. And they tell you to put your hand on the Bible and swear that everything you say is the truth and nothing but the truth, so help you God. But then you ask them what's the name, and they can't tell you. So how can you tell them that you're going to swear? No. You see? So it says, verse 28, because he should have remained in the city of his refuge until the death of the high priest, but after the death of the high priest, the slayer shall return into the land of his possession. Right, which is signifying what? His sentence is up. Okay? Verse 29, so these things shall be for a statute of judgment unto you throughout all your generations and all your dwellings. Verse 30, whoso killeth any person, the murderer shall be put to death by the mouth of witness. But one witness shall not testify against any person to cause him to die. Right? So you have to have more than one witness in order for someone to actually be brought up on charges worthy to die, man. But in the kingdom, that's not going to be a problem, you see. We're going to be able to pull up receipts, man. Okay? We're going to be able to pull up receipts like that. We're going to have the angels working for us. They're going to be watching everything. So if a man come and say that his woman stepped out on him, we're going to look and see. And if it's found to be true, well, then what's the judgment for that? We're going to get it. Okay? So the kingdom is going to be righteous, man. All right? It ain't going to be this hearsay, he say, don't know what's going on. No, man, we're going to have receipts for everything. These other nations, they ain't going to be able to fool and pull a fast one over on us, man. Not so, man. They're going to learn the hard way. They're going to learn it real quick, man. Real quick, real fast, okay? Because we're going to make, like Martin told Cole, sit your $5 ass down before I make change out of you. We're going to make change out of the ass, man. All right? They're going to find out real quick that we the real deal, man. Okay? It says, verse 29, so these things shall be for a statute of judgment until you throughout your generations and all your dwellings. Verse 30, whoso killeth any person, the murderer shall be put to death by the mouth of witnesses. But one witness shall not testify against any person to cause him to die. Verse 31, moreover, ye shall take no satisfaction for the life of a murderer which is guilty of death, but he shall be surely put to death. Okay? 32, and ye shall take no satisfaction for him that is fled to the city of his refuge, that he should come again to dwell in the land until the death of the priest. Right. So that's complete judgment, man. All right. And like I said, I don't know whether or not that woman that he stabbed, allegedly, if she stepped out and cheated on him with another man. Because you can get away with that here in Babylon the Great. Okay? They promote that kind of behavior. Matter of fact. Through what? The music you listen to, the TV shows, the movies you watch. That kind of shit is promoted over here in Babylon the Great. But it's not going to be in the kingdom, man. Okay? It's going to get you, let's just go there and read it. It's going to get you taken out ASAP, man. Leviticus 20. And let's start at verse 10. This is Leviticus 20 and 10. It says, and the man that committeth adultery with another man's wife, even he that committeth adultery with his neighbor's wife, the adulterer and the adulteress shall surely be put to death. So all you cheaters, all you think you want to step out and cheat on your husband with another man, guess what? Both of y'all gonna be put to death. You see? Now they take you to jail for it here in America, but yet they ask you, do you put your hand on the Bible and tell the truth? So help you God. But if you pull this up to them and tell them, well, I'm right, I'm well within my rights for doing this according to that Bible that you're telling me that I got to put my hand on the swear to you, then what they going to look at you and say? You see? It's all about how can they get $1 out of you? Okay? They don't want to use this Bible for what's it intended for. They want to use it to put you in a system where they could benefit off of you, profit it off of you. Okay? They don't expect you to read this Bible and understand the laws. Okay? This is what they loosely base their law and court on, this Bible. All right? Okay? So they can be justified. All right? It says, "In the man that committeth adultery with another man's wife, even he that committeth adultery with his wife, with his neighbor's wife, the adulterer and the adulteress shall surely be put to death." Now you tell them that, and they'll look at you like, we're saved under the blood of Jesus. Oh, come on, man. You see? But yet your court system is based on the law of the Mosaic law, the first 5 books of the Bible, the Torah. But now you saying we're saved under the blood of Jesus. And I'm just speculating, man, because you know they're not gonna have an answer. You see, so eventually they're gonna have to do away with it, man. Verse 11, "And the man that lieth with his father's wife, and the man that lieth with his father's wife have uncovered his father's nakedness." You know we got a lot of that sick behavior going on here, especially down here in the South, man. So if you lay with your father's wife, you have uncovered your father's nakedness. Some real sick going on, man. But this place allow you to do it. This place allows you to do it. They don't enforce these laws, but yet they want to tell you to come to court and put your hand on the Bible, man. Showing you this place is wicked. It says, "And the man that lieth with his father's wife have uncovered his father's nakedness. Both of them shall surely be put to death. Their blood shall be upon them." Guess what? This is coming back into the kingdom, man, because there will be no more grace and mercy. All right? The mercy, the grace that was afforded to us was because Yahushua died on the cross for the nation of Israel, not any other nation, okay? This is why we under grace and mercy. This is why we don't get judged so harshly, because of Yahushua's blood for the remission of sins, all right? But that repentance is getting ready to be drawn in. And once Jacob's trouble hit, that's it, man. Judgment is going to be implemented back into the earth, man. And the fear of Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushua is going to be evident. All right? We in the last days of this mercy, of the Most High showing mercy and his grace. He's getting ready to roll this thing back in. The number has been sealed. 144,000 has been sealed. You know, the end time is getting ready to come. Jacob's trouble is getting ready to hit off. Abaratasa, Father will. You know, the number's being sealed. You know, he's gonna let go, let loose the 4 winds after he make it mandatory that the chip is mandatory. And we up out of here, man. Okay, not soon after. Not too soon after are we gonna be up out of here. And judgment will be back in the land, man. And guess what? The 144,000 are going to be the new ruling governing bodies. Okay, the new judges. 144,000, and the judgments will be implemented. Ain't gonna be no more grace and mercy, man. Okay, them 1,000 years is gonna be whoa. Well, we gonna be putting it to their ass, what? Any little slip up, bow, we gonna be putting it on their ass, man. If that don't get you excited, I don't know what will, man. We gonna be putting it on. Ain't no more grace and mercy. They don't receive no grace and mercy, man. You think they gonna receive grace and mercy? You see what they did. Well, you didn't see it, but if you want to look at the video, go look at it. 14 of them motherfuckers, man. They gonna get that payback, man. You see? They gonna get that payback, man. It's gonna be on. It's gonna be on like Donkey Kong, man. Ain't gonna be no great. They don't get no grace and mercy. They ain't afforded no grace and mercy. They ain't no Israelite. That goes to put an end to all that damn Gentile stuff, man. That lets you know who the Gentiles were. They were Israelites. Not no other nation. That's why they gonna get it in the kingdom, man. They don't get grace and mercy. Okay? They get this rod of iron put to their ass and broken like a vessel's potter. That's what they get. They don't receive no mercy, man. And you see they don't show no mercy. So how the hell they gonna receive it? They handcuff a Jake and beat his ass till he was unalive. Cowardly. 14 of them. Look at the video as if it's nothing. Okay? So it says 11, and the man that lieth with his father's wife have uncovered his father's nakedness. Both of them shall surely be put to death. Their blood shall be upon them. And if a man lie with his daughter-in-law, both of them shall surely be put to death. Just think about that. You got your pops trying to hit on your damn wife, man. That's allowed here. And what do? Well, you just get you a bill of divorce. You're going to be put to death in the kingdom, man. Let's read that again. It says, verse 12, and if a man lie with his daughter-in-law, both of them shall surely be put to death. They have wrought confusion. Their blood shall be upon them. Ain't gonna be no mercy and grace. Oh, Jesus died for my sins. Get the hell out of here, man. That lets you know. See? That lets you know. This is gonna be in the kingdom. How are these other nations receiving salvation if they gonna be put to death, man? Salvation is only for the Israelites, man. You so-called blacks, Latinos, and Native Americans. If you can see, you can see. Verse 13. If a man also lie with mankind, we know that's promoted heavily here. In Babylon the Great, the United States of America, and over there in the quote-unquote, in the quote-unquote, land of the so-called 1948ers, you know they got that parade once a year in June in our land. That's why that land got to be cleansed, man. And look, we ain't returning to the Holy Land with all them abominable acts that's being done over there. That land got to be burned, man, and cleansed with fire. But over here in America, it ain't gonna be no more people inhabiting this place, man. This place is gonna be unfit for inhabitation. Only wild beasts and wild desert animals is gonna be over here. So it says, verse 13, if a man also lie with mankind as he lie with a woman, and that's so much promoted that you can go get a video. They make videos of this type of behavior, and they profited off of it. This shit is wicked, man. You think you're going to be able to profit off of this type of behavior in the kingdom? All this behavior, you can make videos and sell them at X-rated stores and people are buying, man. This shit ain't going to be promoted in the kingdom. You're going to be put to death for this stuff, man. So verse 13, if a man also lie with mankind as he lie with a woman, both of them have committed an abomination. They shall surely be put to death. Their blood shall be upon them. 14, and if a man take a wife and her mother, You can't tell me that ain't prevalent here, man. Oh, I just F my wife and her mother. That type of wicked behavior is promoted here. Yeah, I did my wife and I cheated on her and I stepped out and I did her mother too. Her mother was bad. Her mother looked just as good as her. And I did both of them, bragging and boasting about it, man. Because that type of behavior is rewarded here, man. But not in the kingdom, man. You see? Not in the kingdom. So it says, and if a man take a wife and her mother, it is wickedness. They shall be burnt with fire. This is the judgment for that. They gonna be burnt with fire. Hey, ain't gonna be no grace and mercy in the kingdom, man. We gonna judge accordingly. We gonna be putting that work on your ass, man. You think you gonna be getting grace and mercy in the kingdom? We gonna find out who, quote unquote, Jesus died for. We gonna see whether or not Jesus died for the whole world. In his hands, he got the whole world. In his hands, he got the whole world. In his hands, he got the. We gonna see in the kingdom. You go off, we gonna see whether or not you want the grace and mercy and whether or not he died for the whole world. We gonna see. We shall see. And we really gotta wait into the kingdom. We gonna see during Jacob's trouble, okay? When judgment is at an all-time high. You doing wicked shit. We gonna see, man. All right? We're going to see. So it says, and if a man take a wife and her mother, it is wickedness. They shall be burnt with fire, both he and they. Damn. So you may even have the damn mother complicit enough to want to do a threesome with the damn daughter, man. God damn. They all got to be burnt, man. They all got to be burned. That's some wicked ass shit, man. And you got Buddy thinking he macking. He just had a threesome with his wife and his mother, man. His mother-in-law. Let me stop trying to make it. Yeah, it says, and if a man take a wife and her mother, yeah, so the damn man done had a threesome with with the wife and the mother-in-law, man. They got to be burnt with fire. Verse 15. He thought just when you thought it couldn't get no worse, man. You got the introduction of bestiality. God damn, man. All this shit is allowed here in Babylon the Great, but they tell you to come to court and put your hand on the Bible. Yet, they allow all this other shit that we reading right here to go along, allow this other stuff that we're reading to go along or come along here under their rulership. It says, and if a man lie with a beast, he shall surely be put to death, and ye shall slay the beast. So the damn beast got to get killed too, man. Damn. Some wicked shit. You got a man, he want to lie down with a goat, or lie down with a dog, or lie down with any type of animal. He got to be put to death, and the beast got to be put to death too, man. You got to get rid of these damn evil spirits, man. And Satan is going to be in the kingdom, man. Satan is still going to be in the kingdom, tempting these other nations, okay? Satan is not going to go away, man, okay? Satan works for Yahweh by Hashem Yahweh Shai. He's an angel, all right? It tells you that in the book of Job. Yahweh asks, where are thou coming from? Slakia. Job 1. This is Job 1 and 6. It says, now there was a day when the sons of the Most High came to present themselves before Yahweh, and Satan came also among them. You see, Satan is one of them. He is one of the, what does it say? Angels. One of the sons of the Most High came, when it says, now there was a day when the sons of the Most High came to present themselves before Yahweh, and Satan came also among them. Right, Satan is one of the angels as well, man. But on the left-hand side. And he's still going to be prevalent in the kingdom. Okay? He's still going to be tempting these other nations to go off, man. All right? He's not going to be done away with. Now, the physical counterpart of him, the so-called white man, after his 1,000 years are up, he's going to be done away with. But the spiritual demon Satan is going to be still around in the kingdom. Okay? Tempting these other nations to go off. And when they do, we're going to be right there with that rod of iron to correct their ass, man. And it's going to be fun. We're going to enjoy it, man. We're going to enjoy it. We're going to have fun with the other nations, putting that rod to their ass. And Satan going to be tempting them, man. We're going to be right there to correct their ass. It says, verse 7, and Yahweh said unto Satan, whence comest thou? You see? So Yahweh is asking Satan, because Yahweh tells Satan what to do, and Satan answers to him. It says, then Satan answered Yahweh and said, from going to and fro in the earth, and from walking up and down in it. And Yahweh said unto Satan, hast thou considered my servant Job, that there is none like him in the earth, a perfect and upright man, one that feareth the Most High, and escheweth evil. So the point is made that Satan will be still around, answering to Yahweh by Hashem Yahweh Shah. Whatever orders that he gives him, he will do it. They are in accordance together. Satan is righteous in the sense that he listens to whatever Yahweh tells him to, man. Okay? All the angels, all right? Yahweh has angels on the left-hand side and on the right-hand side, okay? So back to Leviticus 20. This one about the damn beast, man. This is, you already know this kingdom is wicked, man. They promote this type of shit. It says, verse 15, and if a man lie with a beast, he shall surely be put to death, and ye shall slay the beast. So just think, man, what type of, you know them spirits is working on, you know them spirits is going to be working on these other nations. Yeah, look at that beast right there. That beast got a nice ass. You see? These thoughts, man. That's why we gonna be, what's the word? We gonna be good, man. We gonna have that new covenant, never to go off. We ain't gonna have to worry about that. But we gonna be putting on them other nations' asses, man. And if one of them slip up and give into that spirit, guess what? They gonna get slayed, and that beast too. It says, he shall be put to death and shall slay the beast. Verse 16. And if a woman approach unto any beast and lie down there too. So just think, she got to get the beast. Damn, I don't even want to think about that, man. Because you already know, man, that's some, damn, man. But it's in the law, man. For just an occasion. Okay? Because Esau Edom is so damn wicked, we gotta undo what he took hundreds of years to do. We gotta undo all of this shit, man. These other nations thinks it's well within their rights because they believe they got free will under this fake ass Christianity that Esau Edom is pushing, man. So we gotta undo all of this that Esau Edom has done. Okay? So we got to read it. Verse 16, and if a woman approach, man, to any beast and lie down. So I'm just going to say it, cover your ears if you don't want to hear. So if a woman try to get a beast aroused, for instance, a horse, so that the horse want to do it with her, then guess what? It says, thou shalt kill the woman. And what else? And the beast, they shall surely be put to death. Their blood shall be upon them, man. We gotta put that evil spirit out, man. Okay? We gotta put that evil spirit out. Coming, what did Yahweh ask Satan? Where comest thou? Walking up into and down the earth, man. Hey, these other heathens, man, they got a lot to go. They gonna have a lot, man. We gonna be right there to correct their ass, man. All by the law, statute, commandments, and judgments, man. We gonna be right there to correct their ass. For 1,000 years, we're gonna be putting on them, man. And once we get rid of that cancer, Esau, it's gonna be a lot better, man. It's gonna be a lot better. Once we get rid of that damn cancer, Esau, Edom, the so-called white man. Once we put him out of commission, pursuing the Obadiah 1 and 18, the earth is going to be in a lot better shape, man. Everything. The nations are going to see no more goddamn GMO foods, no more pollution. They're going to really see the difference between a righteous rulership and a wicked rulership. Okay? And we're going to rule in righteousness, man. Proverbs 29 and verse 2. When the wicked are in authority, the people mourn. But when the righteous are in authority, the people rejoice, man. I believe that's how it goes. Proverbs 29 and 2, or somewhere along that line. When the righteous are in authority, the people rejoice. But when the wicked beareth rule, the people mourn. All right? And that's why the earth is in the state that it's in right now, because of these damn wicked-ass Edomites, man. Look at the stuff they allow. We just read in Leviticus 20. We got to correct all of that. All right? We got to correct all of that, man. That type of spirit is out here in Babylon the Great, man. Along with sodomy. You see? All of that, man. We got to correct all of that. And we're going to do it too, man, with that rod of iron under our Lord and Savior Yahushua, man. All right? It's coming. So them damn 14 officers, man, they ain't getting away with anything, man. Yeah, they was used for judgment. We understand that. But they showed no mercy. And no mercy will be showed to them. All right? No mercy will be showed to them, man. All right? They gonna get it. They was used as that sword. But guess what? They gonna get that, they gonna get that same treatment. Plus some. They didn't show no mercy. Guess what? Won't no mercy be showed to them either, man. All right? So let's go ahead and wrap it up with 1 Peter 5 and 8 and close out after that. This is the book of 1 Peter, chapter 5 and verse 8. It reads, be sober, be vigilant. Why? Because your adversary, the devil, as a roaring lion, walketh about, seeking whom he may devour. And yes, he's still going to be able to walk about in the kingdom, okay? He's going to be walking throughout the land, testing these other nations. And when they come in and succumb to his temptation, we're going to be right there to correct their ass, man. Okay? Ain't going to be no mercy and grace in the kingdom, man. It's going to be judgment, all right? Straight up and down, judgment, all right? Mercy and grace was only given to the Israelites, man. All right? They're going to get their 1,000 years of hardcore bondage and slavery. Then they're going to be able to go back to, they're going to be given that little bit piece of land. And they're going to be able to go back to there and observe the law, statutes, and commandments. And if they get caught serving other idols, judgment. Anything they're not supposed to be doing, judgment. Okay? And we're going to have eyes on them, man. All right? The angels are going to be monitoring along with, the chariots and everything else, man. okay? They ain't going to be able to get away with nothing, man. All right? And if they don't come and, come on the high holy days and give their offerings, well, then guess what? No rain for them. Famine. See, they going to find out the hard way, man. Things are going to be ran a lot different from what they used to, man. Under this current rulership, all they know is I can do whatever I want to do. Okay? But it ain't going to take long for them to get the picture, man, to get the memo. This ain't Esau Edom kingdom anymore. All right? Get along with the program, or guess what? You won't be part of the program. All right? So be sober, be vigilant, because your adversary, the devil, as a roaring lion, walketh about seeking whom he may devour. And with that being said, pray someone was edified through this lesson. And until the next time, if it be the Lord's will, stay strong, stay in the faith. We almost home. Shalom. Peace.